Hey, how's it going, everybody? How y'all doing? Apologies for being a few minutes late. The thumbnail and the title, they got this one right. Barring some sort of like post or something like that, we're going to get those juicy, juicy rewards. I put up the video today. I was like, dude, I realized yesterday that like on my Paragon account, dude, outrageous, outrageous rewards. I got the video out on basically the comp from the bug. And Kabam just gave the comp to everybody, which I think that's the kind of comp everybody seems to enjoy more. Which, hey, I am all for it. I am all for it. I am all for it. And I'm going to take advantage of it. So hopefully you saw that video. We got about 24 hours. We'll take advantage of that. It shouldn't take too long. We'll do that on the Vega583 account, then the Vega Prime account. And then we'll probably just do the monthly EQ on Vega Prime. Have a good time, dude. How are you all doing? Red Hat, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. Bead, what's up, man? Hilgendorf, what's up, dude? The comp for podium seems to have arrived, dude. Got to be tongue in cheek about it. I know, like that's the thing, man. Is like, Hilgendorf, you've been around for a bit, man. But this channel's been active for a while. Is I used to enjoy just giving the Kabam like a little bit of crap, like you would like a friend, like you would a friend. Your friend does something dumb, you're gonna give them a little bit of crap. You don't actually hate your friend; they're your friend. Like I don't hate this game. I love to hate this game. And and I used to do that, and then it got really messy there for a while. We talked about this on the Discord server in various places, and I feel like I'm back to that, and I'm so happy to be back to that. Where like when Kabam has a bug like today, where I could be like, is literally anyone surprised? Tongue in cheek. I'm not hate them. That doesn't make them horrible. It just means that this game's got a lot of bugs, man. You got a lot of bugs. Anytime there's a new crystal, new content, new literally anything, there's a good chance it's not right. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's okay. Let's have some fun with it. We're still playing the game. And so I love being back there, man. The comp for the comp has been really, really good. Right? Yeah, Faith, you got that right. The comp for the comp, man. You got the comp for the comp, man. It's all good. Playful banter. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. It's when people are like, do not make jokes of that nature. That is rather childish of you. That's when I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want to deal with this. Gentle teasing. You got that right, man. Develop some thicker skin, dude. Come on. Anyways, what's up, Luke? How you doing, man? Spent $10 on the piggy bank to get some more podium stuff to rank up the other Oh, no. You didn't do that, did you? You did, Luke. You got to check the comp post. That's the post on the compensation of the compensation to look. I hope that what they will do is not necessarily refund that piggy bank, but like you'll get to keep those tokens. That's what I think. Because, some people spent the $50 on the like initial thing. And I think they're going to get those tokens. I think they're going to get those tokens when Coliseum comes back as an alliance mode. Yeah, I think that's right. Luke, I'd love a free 4-5 gem. By the way, I'm pretty sure he means 7-star. Seems fair. I think that seems more than fair, Luke. I think that seems more than fair. I'll make a video on that for you this afternoon. Try Starkey, Spider Sense, man. You read my mind. So I do think we can take away a lot of good info on Coliseum for when it comes back. Now, the cool thing is, we got all this stuff and it's going to be easy cheesy. I love it, right? And you're going to see that on the Vega Prime account. The bad thing is, I think the biggest issue this mode had was a nature that felt a bit grindy, to get those podiums up to, all you needed was level 3. I did the video on that. And I was like, and even after that, I think a couple podiums level 2, that's assuming you're just trying to hit the milestones. Now, if you're looking to get sweaty and be competitive in it and hit, I don't know, the other stuff, the rank rewards, good luck to you. Get prepared to spend some units. And so the problem with the comp is that I think it's going to blind us all a little bit to how grindy this might feel. And so I've already submitted my feedback to the Kabam feedback channel. They have not acknowledged said feedback yet. They got a lot to do. That's not a shot at them, dude. If they just let me back in the CCP, I could write it in the feedback channel. It'd be easier for everybody, man. You know? And if that feedback channel came with my code back, I think it's a win-win. But I'm still going to provide my feedback. I don't think it was worthy of a whole standalone video. I did it in my initial Coliseum video where it's like, this is really fun. I'm enjoying kind of like the flow state. You get into it, feels good. It's fun. I even kind of like the tags, to be honest, because the tags were like a nice little bonus, but you didn't have to use them. I think it incentivizes growing your roster. Like one of the reasons I didn't use North Star or Gentle is I don't really know how to play them very well. But I do have them. I think I have them both at rank 2. And so I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I should learn how to play those champions. Like I want to learn how to play North Star, and Gentle, of course. And so I was like, okay, cool. This is fun, but I don't feel like I have to use the tag champions. So that was really nice. But again, I think the slightly grindy nature of podiums 1 through 3, and then the fact that it's 3 days. My biggest thing is, and I would wonder if Kabam would listen to this, is could you maybe move this to a 5 days period of time? I think that would be better. People have jobs, people have families, people have school, people have like anything, literally stuff just comes up. Like can't log in for a day, like life. And I feel like a 5-day period would be really nice. I can understand why they probably did the 3 podium thing, dude, is because they need to monetize stuff. And I get it. I don't like that games are that way these days, but it is what it is. If I'm going to play a game, I'm going to have to accept what it is. And so I think the slightly grindy nature or the heavily grindy nature, depending on how you feel about it, is due to that. They're like, you could speed this up. You don't have to suffer, and I get that. That's how it goes. Close up. What's up, dude? I personally prefer 3 days. Oh, when is it? More rewards quicker. Well, what if the rewards come out on Friday regardless, dude? Starts on Monday and it goes to Friday. So the end date's the same. Being a bit facetious, but also I think that's kind of how they think. Hildendorf also doesn't mind it being 3 days. The first day is a decent grind because you want to get the first podium level. That was the longest time. So I also wonder, we talked about that a little. I'm gonna start here. Obviously, it doesn't matter what score I get, so I'm just gonna kind of talk with you guys while I play. Oh shoot, it's loud, huh? Is that really loud for you guys? I'm not enjoying how loud it is. You guys let me know if is that super loud? No, it's not super loud. You don't hear the game too loudly? Okay. Okay. I'm flipping switches over here. I don't think people say that anymore, do they? I was actually flipping switches, though. That's the really funny thing. I think I personally, and probably others, made the slightly grindy nature of it feel worse. Because, we are who we are. We see the milestones. The milestones are doing their job. I was having fun, like trying to beat my personal score. And so as a result, I think, we don't have to hit 3 podiums. We don't have to hit 3 podiums at level 3 on day 1, but it was kind of fun to do it. And then afterwards, we're like, I can't believe I spent all that time. Darn you, Kabam. And it was like, well, if I had just exercised a little bit of self-control, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So I don't know. So I get what you're saying. I would like it if it was 5 days. Like me personally, I'm fine with 3. I also cover the game on YouTube, right? I take it a bit more seriously as far as like prioritizing the time than I think your typical player does. And now that I've realized that like my free-to-play account, shoot, didn't mean to do that. This happens when I look up. Now that I've realized my free-to-play account, like obviously my free-to-play account won't typically get these rewards, but now that I've realized the free-to-play account can participate in this, I've realized like how far down the player progression spectrum this mode seems accessible to. And so I think that's something for Kabam to consider as well. Like a lot of the comments on my video were angry, to the shock of no one. It's the internet. People are angry. But one of the things I found interesting were some of them were actually just admitting, look, I'm not that good at this game. And so this ask is ridiculous for me. And so that's up to Kabam to decide. Like, do they want players like that accessing it? I would think so. And while I don't think they should, lower the skill level ultimately required by the defender and stuff, they have the medium, hard, and easier modes. I do think the 5 days a week could make that a little easier for everyone. But, that's just me. I'm just one little YouTuber in an office in his garage. I made the point for you. I gotta look up and see which point I made. I'm still not very used to, because I don't, long form content doesn't come by that often. And I don't tend to stream it for a variety of reasons, mainly because it takes so long. I'm really not used to the elongated looking down away from you all. I feel like I'm neglecting you. And it doesn't feel good. I'm abdicating my responsibilities. So me and Adam Warlock have a nice little flow going here. Can look up. Oh, all I saw was the word Paviter. Now I'm wondering what Paviter's all about. Did you get your Paviter today, B? Oh man, and he's immune to power drain, right? Oh no, he's not. Wow. Wowzers. I think he develops like a chance to be immune or something. Oh, dude, that came out of nowhere. All right, we'll move on. I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like get a better run. Nobody touched Germ. Yeah, in general, don't touch Germ. He does not like being touched. Is he on the leaderboard? Is that what it is for the Alliance? Let's see. But as you can see, I've, crushed the milestones. I think I'd rather get EQ done because it's Friday. I want to chit chat a little bit with y'all a bit more. So I don't want to be just staring at a screen trying to increase my score. Oh, dude, Germ did crush it. Germ crushed it. Okay. Be right back screen as I log into Vega Prime. As y'all know, we're not really going anywhere. We're not really going anywhere. Oh, Hilgendorf, you got Paviter yesterday in immediate rank 4. It's funny because, I don't think I'm going to get mine for like another 5 or 6 days. And I'm doing 2 new rank 4 champions. I already did one, and then the Discord server is voting on the other one right now. And I was tempted to wait, because I am pretty pumped up on Paviter. He's obviously amazing. I don't know. I just have a feeling, I think it was Adam and I were messaging a bit, or maybe it was on the Discord server, about how tier 7 basic just seems to be coming more and more and more, like even in the Coliseum rewards. So I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to wait. Let me type in my stuff here. I wish they made I know so many people have alt accounts. I wish there was some way to like link them and you could just have a drop down menu. It's not that big a deal, but it would make the streaming of it a little easier. I think we're logging in now. You feel like the opponent recovers faster than I do when finishing medium combo with Paviter. Like if they're gonna throw their special sort of thing, Faith? Paviter over Kushala. I mean, he does seem to be even more relevant somehow, as far as like meta defenders and stuff like that. Is Coliseum once a week? I don't think Kabam has fully said what their like intended long-term plans are for it. I would imagine, like many things in this game, they're figuring that out. Like they're kind of testing it out here to see what the implementation is going to be. I think it's supposed to be replace 1 week of AQ. So I think in like 4 weeks, depends on how you count it, we'll get this again for an alliance mode. And then in January, it's going to come out as like an individual mode. I think that's where it's going to get nuts, dude. is I think there's probably going to be rank rewards that are pretty monstrous. And I think people are going to go all in on that. I think they're going to go all in. Oh, shoot. I got a lot of 6 stones. We got to take care of this. We can't ignore this. Okay, so we got to look at my 6-star champions. Here's a bit of a quandary, and this is something that, B, I know you watched it today. I appreciate the comment on my best 6 stars to rank up. And I understand that for a lot of like my 583 account, 6 stars aren't really that relevant. Although Old Man Easy made a good comment on that video. I hadn't thought of that. On my free to play or for a variety of accounts, and art is like, I'm going to use the term does pay to win necessarily mean bad? Because I actually think that's what the game is I do think that. And I'm not saying an insult. I'm just like, the 583 account is a pay to win account. That's what it is. I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. But on a non-pay to win account, dude, 6 stars are a big deal and resources are a big deal. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the selector for the calendar here. And I covered that too. I've covered all those champions. I think I'm actually going to select Purgatory because she's so great for questing. She covers so much. And I think I'm going to take her as the 7-star and have a great time with her and Venom the Duck and just have a great time with those two doing story content and just streaming it and having a good time. Does anyone see anything I'm not seeing from that or a champion you would suggest instead? I know I've got the 6-star Purgatory maxed out. She's been amazing for me. I kind of want to do that again in story with her. I don't have her ranked on my pay to win account because I've got all those more meta Mystic champions for competitive modes and stuff. And I don't know. It's just what I'm thinking. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on it. You think pay to win has negative connotations, but actually don't think it's a bad thing? That's how I kind of feel. I remember I've definitely seen it used and it's clear they're intending it as an insult. And I'm like, I don't yeah, that's what the game is. I understand you mean that as an insult, but I'm not taking it as one. Okay, as far as 6-star 6 stones. My Doom is not awakened, and I don't believe I have any awakening gems. Champion items. I've got a cosmic one. I do wish these were lined up in a more intuitive way. It's all 5 stars. Got various 6 stones. Huh. I feel like I should take Ghost. I feel like she's the answer here. We don't know exactly how much everything's going to cost for Banquet, but obviously this account won't be doing very much in it, mainly because it's only got 3,000 units and I'm not spending on it. So, hey, what's up, Pop Inches? How you doing, bud? That's because of the free-to-play community shaming them. I assume that's what it is. It's honestly not a ton of people, so I don't want to throw it on the whole community. I know that's not what you're doing. I'm not now shaming you for something you weren't doing that. I'm just saying I'm not gonna claim the whole free-to-play. I know a lot of free-to-play players who are like, yeah, it's just not what I'm doing. Cool. I'm glad you're spending having fun. It's very easy going. Shoot, who should I use these on? If that Aegon was awakened, I would throw them into him. You know what? I should include. Oh, I did mention him in the video, I believe, but not in the way I would have wanted to. Now that I think about it, I think the choice has got to be. I think it's got to be Ghost. Oh, Red Guardian! What the hell? He's sitting right there. Am I blind? Definitely him. Definitely him. Easy answer. Oh, hell yeah, man. I literally, he was the champion I called out in the science class. Jeez. Streamer blindness is real. I think I have a severe case of it. I also have a severe case of confusing Purgatory and Morningstar. You know, it's just I'm testing to see if you guys are paying attention. All right. So we got that handled. And oh, I have a 1 to 2 expiring in 6 stars. Who should that go to? Let's see here. I think I'm gonna give it to Aegon, just in case I ever awaken him. Jean Grey is obviously probably the best champion. We got Ironheart there. She could be huge. But I think it'd be smart to focus in on those, like, really unique champions that could play a pivotal role at some point. Like, I don't see myself doing Acropolis on this account, but I don't wanna ever say never. I do see Starkey sitting right there. Um, dude, Hulkbuster's so much fun, man. Hulkbuster's like an ideal champion for this account. He's just got some issues with like Stand Your Ground and the big bads and Mutant that make me. I wish I didn't care about it at all because I'd rank him on my 583 account. I love playing Hulkbuster, but in competitive modes, things can go very, very wrong. I think we're bringing up. I don't want to overthink this because I don't want to take too much time on this. I didn't even know we were going to do this today. Let's take up Aegon, just as like a smart for the future sort of rank up. I think I have a bunch of skill ISO, don't I? I do not. Okay, we'll handle this another time then. I just don't want that to expire. So if you guys can remind me to go back to it. Her good morning to start. They look a lot alike. It's just I think B pointed out today, they're like technically they're even the same like character. Okay, so I just want to hit the 3.5. As you can see, we're not far away. There's no point in trying to get like a better score with Wong there. So let's just do a new champion here. On since it's the first fight, you can't level the podium until you've done a fight. At least I haven't found a way for it. So I think we're gonna go. Did someone say that Archangel's actually good for this? I feel like I saw that somewhere. I'm not sure how that works out, but I'm curious. Wong was fun. Wong's interesting, dude. You saw me kind of struggling to use him. I don't remember which fight exactly it was. I guess I should pay a little more attention. I don't remember exactly which fight it was. But when we were doing the Howard the Duck thing, the Venom the Duck quest yesterday, and it just was like there were so many nodes and timers that I was truly starting to struggle with playing Wong and keeping his spells up. I don't recall if that happened to me with this fight yesterday or not, but it didn't feel like the free-flowing Wong that I enjoyed playing in Necropolis. I wonder if we can time this. Oh yeah, dude, you can. That's cool. That was weird. Wow. That is some great timing for him to land a medium in the middle of my heavy. That is good stuff, dude. All right, we'll just let him finish this off, and then we'll level up the podium and give it another go. You develop Spider Ham? Oh, that's cool, dude. I love seeing that. I love seeing those out of out of the box, not yet on YouTube sort of plays from the summoners, man. That's awesome. That's what this is about. Pay to win, not a problem. Pay to win flexing after winning. Yeah, dude, yes. You will never, ever, 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 ever see me doing that sort of thing. That's just nonsense behavior in general. I couldn't agree more. Why are we not dead yet? I have to get the medium and light in for onslaught. I saw Pepe using crossbones earlier to fail it. Interesting. I wonder if that's something that they're going to turn off in the future. I can't imagine they want us to be able to fail those sorts of abilities. Might just be like unintended interactions. All right, so now we're going to save ourselves the grind. And so this is where I do think for an account like mine, this would have been pretty painful. Grind. But all of that pain is now gone. Let's see, what do I need to get? Or am I already? I'm already there. All right, we'll just do one quick run with the Archangel, and then we'll sign off here. Actually, let me see where my alliance is at, because this is like a full retirement alliance run by Crazy Canuck. Oh, dude, we're already even there. Nicely done. Nicely done, dude. It was pretty cool. A commenter on today's video was like, I didn't even realize we're in the same alliance. I didn't even realize you're there. I was like, hey, what's that? You know, we actually had a little conversation about that pop images. That I was saying I would suggest moving it to 5, but quite a few people in the chat said they actually liked 3. They had their reasons, and then I got into the fight with Starkey, and I'll admit I wasn't focused in on the chat at all. So I actually missed the reasoning. I did leave it on. I think we're on easy because I wanted to see. I wanted to see how many points you get for this sort of thing with a leveled up podium. All right, dude, come on. All right, throw it. Throw it. Good job. Throw it. I have an Adam that does not want to play ball. There we go. Throw it. Don't do the floating forward light crap. No one likes that. Especially me. Dude, you're gonna see people rage about the AI when this mode goes to individual mode. Oh my god, people are gonna be raging. Because as soon as, you know, they have a good run and the AI decides to just prance around for a minute, they're not gonna be happy. My AA, I think it might even just be SIG 1. So the chances of turning off the node are quite low, considering I cannot, I can't get up enough neurotoxins. Because I have to keep playing the sleep mode. After this run, I'll look back up at the chat. All right. Well, there we're dead. I lost. Oh my God, Nick. I would walk up intercepts, walk up lights, where the characters, because not everyone knows what I mean when I say that, where the characters just like floats towards you, or just like, you know, walks if they're not a floating character. And then they do the quick light is, I will never, ever, ever be like, oh, that was cool. I thought that was a fun, like, fighting game mechanic. So 441,000. So the scores are still pretty low. But if you do that over 5, you're at like 2 million. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. This is cool. My alliance didn't get it. I mean, these are going to be, dude, juicy, crazy rewards. I'm going to get a tier 7, I'm going to get a 7-star Nexus crystal, all that tier 4 alpha. Dude, like, this is ridiculous. Wait, what is this? Is this a selector? I thought that was like 4 of them. What am I selecting between? Oh, so if you're Valiant, it becomes the tier 7 basic. Yeah, that's right. That's what we were talking about, is that there's so much tier 7 basic being earnable in game now. Everyone remember that too. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I've told you guys I'm just gonna be doing, if I'm finding it fun, okay? It's kind of like the 2-prong requirement sort of thing. If I'm finding it fun and you guys want to see it, I mean, we're not gonna like go win banquet or something, you know. But if you guys, I'll probably do like a likes, not requirement, but more of a like, hey, if it hits this many likes, then we'll do this. One thing I will just try to remember people or remind people without killing the vibe, we talked about this yesterday, is like, dude, remember, like, there's going to be rank 5 champions and all that from Banquet, and it is exciting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not, but we're going to try my best to remind people without being like a major downer, is like, remember, over the next like 6 months, the floodgates on rank 5s will open up. Like, it's not going to also be like 10 of them, but it's going to happen. So just make sure you keep that stuff in mind, man, you know? Till when you're streaming, I don't know yet, buddy. This is just this Friday one's just more of like a hangout. Yesterday's stream went way longer than I had intended, so I had to do a lot of catch up on stuff. So I don't think we're not going to go too long today. And this is just like a hangout. So as long as you guys are hanging out, asking questions, and we're talking and everything, I'll go for a couple hours. All right, signing back into 583 now. Don't let me forget about that 1 to 2 on Prime, please. I should actually write that down. Oh, and Pop in, just sorry to go back to your comment. Now I'm reading the chat again a little more thoroughly. Is we started talking about it. Some people were like very okay with the 3 days. In fact, some people said they actually kind of liked it. I think they're being a bit cheeky, but I think they did. I think Hilgen Dwarf actually liked it. Nice run, Hugo. That's awesome. Nick, I think that's really smart. And I think that's where you're like, you know, in so many of my videos, one of the things I've learned over time is like the default advice is just, it's like so difficult to give. Someone's always going to come out of it and be like, that video sucked. And it's like, I know, well, it did for you. I understand it wasn't meant for you, or you didn't listen to it and like then take the information and tailor it to your own account. And so it's good to hear that you're doing that, because for those who are listening but not watching, Nick saying that they're going to focus on the rank 3s. I do think that's important. Like, I have a rank up video coming out on Sunday after my Discord server is voting for the last rank 4 here. But I'm going to take a bunch of champions to rank 2 and to rank 3, and I'm just kind of talking about like why I'm doing it, why I'm picking them. And the game is, it's obvious. Like, they really have done this, and they're not hiding it from us. It's not like some secret underhanded thing. They are really trying to get us to rank up a ton of champions. And I think that makes sense. Like, one of the most common pieces of feedback I used to get in the CCP servers, I was like, look, I mean, you can do whatever you want, But I don't think it's productive to get upset at the community for not liking a champ because they're not good in Battlegrounds. The reason is like, that is literally the only novel mode that people can play on a day in, day out basis. They go in, they do their AQ. What else do they have? They have Arena, which is boring as hell. I think you know that. And so they can play Battlegrounds. And so now it's like there's only 30 champions in my deck. And the only mode I can log in and just regularly play MCoC is Battlegrounds. And so if a champion's not good in Battlegrounds, they're not interested in them. Like, if I was making a game, I wouldn't be upset about that. I would be like, that's a problem. That's a problem. We can fix that. And I really feel like Kabam has fixed it. They're obviously monetizing it. They should. It's their game. Like, they need to make money. But I think over the course of this year, they've really done that. And I think we're seeing the continuation of it. Is like, get people to care about your non-Battlegrounds champions. Get people to care about building a bigger and bigger and bigger roster. It's a collection game. Right? So give us places to use them, not just like, hey, look at all my rank 3s. Oh, this is really fun, like. So I think that's really smart on your part. And I meant in my video, I'm more dialed in on who I'm taking to rank 2 and to rank 3 because I feel like I'm probably going to be using them, So I think that's really smart. I want to read the notes. I think they updated these notes. I want to read them to make sure I have a rough understanding before I just dive right in. Knocking the defender with the heavy attacker is unblockable. Mutant attackers, unblockable attack grants. Okay, so go unblockable and then do this. What the hell's going on? This is totally new. They said they were going to do this, didn't they? Hey, Aaron from Ohio. What's up, dude? Good afternoon. It's afternoon my time too, man. Thank you very much, dude. You reminded me to even put this up. Thank you very much. That's a rookie mistake on my part, huh? All right. So what the hell's this note, dude? Knocking down the defender with a heavy attack grants an unstop unblockable passive for 3 seconds, plus 2 seconds per damaging effect on the defender, up to 9 seconds, unaffected by ability accuracy. Reckless Abandon. Mutant attackers. Unblockable attacks grant an indefinite 70% fury. Okay, so get damage and debuffs on, knock them down, go unblockable, get the fury. Each time the defender receives a stun buff, okay, so there's the stun will. But if you have an active buff or prowess, it doesn't matter. And our specials, heavies, and unblockables do best, and then they have right back at it. That's kind of stinky. Why'd they add that node? That's not very nice of them. Why is that node there, man? That sucks. All right. Is there anyone tricky on this map that we need to like watch out for? Oh, that's right. I still have to do the. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was already on the. I thought I was already on the Valiant portion. I didn't mean to take all that time doing that. Let's play her. She's good at things. He's fun. And I also like him. Actually, I want to play Cyclops. Dude, what? With who? What did I say? Luke, you always Luke, for those who don't know, Luke is in my alliance and been on my Discord for quite a while, a long-time viewer. So I really like Luke. I like Luke a lot. Luke, you are one of the many things that you are skilled at, my friend, is you write something that I feel like is almost obviously about something I said, but I've totally forgotten what I said. And then you make me be like, oh shoot, did I say something bad? Like, am I gonna have to issue a formal apology? Am I Bijan Robinson? And we have to be like, I apologize for the insensitive thing I said a few minutes ago. I did not mean it, and I promise to learn. I've also did some community service and signed up for sensitivity classes with my local sensitivity training manager. I promise you'll see a better version of me in the future. Didn't they used to call out the easy path for you, man? What is this, man? Things were better back in my day. Back in my day, we didn't have to deal with all this nonsense. Chad Bones, Luke. We're just saying stuff. What's up, Chad? I don't remember which video, but one of the videos I recorded in the last like 48 hours, I mentioned to you. I'm sorry. I just don't remember which one. I've recorded a lot of videos in the last few weeks. I think I was talking about the Maker and how I was hanging out on your stream, having a good time, and you were talking about the Maker. Responding to Aaron in the chat. Oh, no, and Luke, honestly, it is better, man. I appreciate it. It's Friday, man. We're in good moods. A large part of me wants to call the Friday streams F it Fridays, but I know someone's gonna get all in a tizzy over that, so you can't do those sorts of things anymore. Yeah, old man easy. I really miss. This is also part of the feedback I would provide, that you're like, well, no wonder they didn't like him, dude. I'd be like, you know what? It was a lot better when you used to tell me which one was the easy path. Could you go back and do that, please? There you go. Good traps. As long as I don't call them TJ. Dude, if I now you make me want to show up with like red and white suspenders, flare all over the place. I'll keep asking you guys for if you've seen the memo. I wonder how many people are getting that. Tell you about all my flair. F it Fridays, fire. Dude, see, all right. You guys encourage me to do the things I actually want to do. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually listening to the playlist I created for streams when I was doing the non-copyright free music, because I really like it and it helps keep the energy high. I'm not a big caffeine guy, and so it helps keep the energy high. And there is a little part of me that's like, oh, it sucks that they can't hear it too. So I was thinking maybe on Fridays, I'd just say F it, you know. Let's play the game. Ooh, dude, what is that? They changed his buffs. Like the logo, not the actual buff, I'm sure. That's cool, dude. The uncanny. That didn't used to look like that, did it? There's something different about it with like the outline, maybe? Is Kurd here? What's up, Kurd? Oh, it's nice of me to help Cole Obsidian trigger his route buff. I was starting to get backed up a little more than I wanted to. It looks like Cyclops was like, I got you, bro. I got you. What's up, Kurt? What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Julian, your sensitive ears. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, so people did get it. The fajitas and the stapler. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. Thank you. Liam's got the best crossbones. So, dude, when solo mode goes live, those boys are gonna have so much fun. Like, I guarantee it. And I think it'll be fun to watch. But like every 30 minutes on YouTube will be a new best run, a new world record. I think it'll probably be very, very entertaining. So I'm kind of excited for it. I will not be even coming close to trying to compete in it. It'll be very much like Celestial Battlegrounds. I'll be like, I respect you all. I will not be even trying to join you. I may host a tournament showcasing this, but I will not be trying to join you in this. The truly skill show, and in some ways, I think it really will be. I think you're being serious. Is like, let's see. Actually, Cyclops has the evade counter. The general concept of the mode I think is great. I am a big fan. My concern, and it's been my concern since, you know, I was streaming at day one, was the possible grindiness feeling of the monetization of the mode, you know? That's not good. I wonder if this will be enough. Okay. Yeah, you're seeing. Yeah, I thought you were. It's good to see you here, man. This is why streaming's so much fun, dude. This is why streaming. I see all y'all. I wonder how much of people's issues with the mode is tied to being out of Marco's fight with all of his unblockable and power gain. I mean, dude, even a player like Grass, so I think you guys all know Grass is an insanely high skill player. Like, he's a guy that if he was fully spending on the game and put in the time, he'd be in Celestial 4. I have no doubts about it at all. Like, if I did a 3-star Battlegrounds tournament, I believe he would be one of the highest competitors for sure. Like, skills, knowledge, the whole thing. And even he was like, one thing I'm not loving is the power gain of Adam Warlock. And I don't think he meant from like a skills standpoint. I think he just meant like, look, baiting SB1s over and over and over isn't exactly like exhilarating gameplay. And so I do get that, and I respect that. I think someone like myself does not normally like get a fight to last that long, you know, for skill reasons. So because it's novel, I enjoyed it. But I totally respect high and low skill players that may feel differently on that one. Let's see if Cyclops keep it going, man. I believe in this guy. But there we go. I hope I pull Cyclops on the on my free-to-play account. Like, he's a perfect champion for that. Although maybe I should switch that around, but whatever, it's fine. I think 583 is going to stay the pay-to-win, and the free-to-play will be the one where I do like the more the second and third tier champions. The AI manipulation moves that guys like Andy and Liam do while using crossbones is wild. Dude, the first time, you guys might know him. He is now a Kabam employee. His channel never got really large. He didn't put a lot of time into it. He was on the Illuminati for quite a while. His name's Na, if you guys know him. I recall watching him stream quite a while ago. He used to do these like Saturday morning streams. They're really fun. And he used, this will kind of give you an idea how long ago it was. This is when Photon was like, I mean, she's still a tough defender, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's not. But when Photon was like the be-all, you know? And he used a Hercules to defeat her. And dude, he was doing stuff that I was like, how is he doing this? Like, it's stuff that I would never even, I've actually worked to learn to not try. Because I knew that bad things would happen. And he was just doing it like it was nothing. He was manipulating the AI. She had bars of power, and he was like going in and intercepting her. It was like he knew what she was going to do. I don't know how else to explain it. It was crazy. It was, I had never seen anything like it before. I will tell you, that's part of my concern with AI 2.0, is that I wonder if those are the guys working on it. And I'm like, I don't want to play your AI. That's not what I'm looking for. But that's a problem we'll handle when we get to it, I guess. Oh, shoot. And we also don't have a boss switch node. Crap. I forgot about that. Let's see. Can we get this down? Oh, is it the same node? Cool. Cyclops has been so fun. We'll stick with him. Faith. So I try not to do too much like, hey, this is coming, because it's better to be like, no, this is definitely coming. But that should be it's on my list of things I want to currently do in 2026. And yes, I've already talked to some people about it. In fact, if things had gone slightly differently, there would have been a top 8 tournament already. But I do think that will be happening as well. Kind of waiting for a good meta and for time, to be honest. Hey, Nordicana, what's up, dude? Appreciated this message you sent me, man. I mean, with our comments on the video. That was really cool to hear, man. I hope you had fun with it, because that quest was brutal, dude. Doing that yesterday, like, I mean, I was trying to play it up to be funny, but dude, I truly was very upset at times, because it was a tough quest, man. It was really tough. I hope you had a good time with it, man. Corpse, I filed that. Oh shoot, this is the boss. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna go unblockable. I don't have a skill attacker. We need to crit. Okay, let's see what happens. I've talked about this on my Discord. We've talked about this a little bit on stream. What you guys have witnessed, and it wasn't my intention. It wasn't like some plan. What you've witnessed from me over the course of 25, this last year, I mean, is Void beating me very badly and a probable death. Yeah, is you guys have witnessed me basically very much getting to the point of extreme frustration in accepting something that a lot of you have been telling me about the game for years, and I really, for a lot of reasons that we don't need to get into, didn't want to believe it. And then I finally accepted it. It definitely upset me. And I feel like now that I've really accepted the game, like, I'm not saying that the bugs don't bother me. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I am more focused in on how does Kabam respond to the bugs that we all know they are going to make. Great time for him to go unblockable. That was cool, dude. And that's why I've honed in so much on like treatment of the players. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's what's important to me. And why, like, even on the thumbnail for this stream, I'm saying a pay-to-win account, because I actually think it's true. Oh, okay. And I think that's what the game is. I don't think that makes the game, like, inherently bad. I just think it's what it is. I've been calling out a carnival lately because I wanted to come up with I thought, like, a good analogy. People would kind of quickly understand what I'm saying. Like, if you think about a carnival, dude, the games are pretty rigged against you, you know? But if it's done well, if you're entertained, if they're treating you well, you know, if any of your dads out there, you'll know what I'm talking about, or if you're young enough to remember this, like, you know, you could get a stuffed animal that probably costs $3, and if you start playing the game, you're going to spend $50 trying to get it. But, you know, if you have a good time getting it, and the kid eventually is happy at the end of the day, then as a dad, you're like, hey, man, that was worth it. We had a good time. We'll be back next summer, you know? And so I've accepted that this game is like, dude, I gotta focus on this, so this fight will take forever. But I will get back to the point I'm trying to make. Maybe focusing on the fight wasn't the recipe for all that ailed me, but it will clearly go better than it would have otherwise. Whatever, we'll finish it off. And so, you know, that's why, like, when the comp came out for the 7-star crystals, I was like, they finally got one right. Because, like, it's just me, dude. I don't know how else to say it. It's like, I focus it on a different way. Like, I focus it on if I was running a business and I wanted to comp people who are actually harmed. I would also, though, run the business and not have that many reasons to be giving out compensation. Does that make sense? I'm like, no, I need to accept what it is. And I was like, yeah, a lot of you who are like, dude, it's a competitive game. Like, everyone should get it. I was like, yeah, I guess they're actually technically correct. Like, Kabam still needs to minimize the errors, but they gotta minimize the errors. But yeah, compensate everyone. Like, that's why this Coliseum comp was so good, in my opinion. Because, like, it's not just about making happy the people who opened up their own crystals. It's about the competitive game, right? Anyways, I promise I am getting somewhere with this. Dude, who knew? Can this crit? Will I do damage? Let's find out. Yeah, okay. Is because of what the game is and what I feel like I've accepted, and that's what's allowing me to enjoy it and have fun. And, like, as we start off the stream, be like, dude, I'm gonna make fun of this. I am, because it's funny, dude. If it's not, then I get pissed off. But that's my fault, because I'm taking it too seriously. I'm fine with people coming back with units and, like, Kabam rewarding the heck out of people who showed up and gifts and all that stuff. Like, they're putting on a show. They're putting on a big carnival. If you attend it, you get stuff. Like, that's how I feel. But it's because of, like, how I'm framing the game. I wish games were, dude. I'm from the generation, like, we bought the gold Zelda and opened it and had no clue what the hell is going on. And you just need to literally listen to the old lady in the cave to follow the clues and find out where the stuff was. Games are so different now. Going to Twitch to get drops, what is that, man? But I'm like, okay, so yeah. Hey, I'm still seeing Encyclopedia. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? All right, I gotta read the notes. Attackers all time back. This is more reading than I want to do in a monthly EQ. Attackers will 10 blocks, place a random debuff from, okay, a bunch of block stuff. When the attacker, sorry guys, also I'm getting a ton of messages, and I think they're from my family. Oh, shoot. I apologize, everyone. Hold on. Everyone's okay, but, everyone's okay, but I need to message with my family for a minute. I apologize. All right, I'll see. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, everyone's fine, so I'm not asking for prayers or anything. Billy D, like, I wish that was not I wish that wasn't what it was, but I agree. Like, I we could do, like, a week-long seminar on this to talk about all the, like, what about this? But, like, ultimately, I don't think you're wrong. I really don't. I truly don't. I don't know how else to explain it in, like, a video or something like that. You really can't, because people aren't gonna sit and listen to the whole thing. Anyone that disagrees to begin with isn't gonna sit and listen to it. They're just gonna get very upset. Yeah. Sorry, I'm also trying to do this with my family. Why my OBS keeps disconnecting. I apologize. It kept happening yesterday too. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what else to say. It's like, I want to just get back to making the jokes, being snarky, while also trying to help people advance through the game, have fun with my alliance. And, like, if Kabam does something like abhorrent, but outside of that, I'm just gonna like I'll cover when stuff seems like BS, but I mean, you guys saw the poll. My viewers like at 80% were like, go back to spending. Like it shocked me. And I was like, okay, cool. Like the idea of the channel is to infotain, like, let's have a good time. All right. What the hell is the point of this node? Basically buffet over time, buffs, things happen. The defender's gonna steal stuff. And there's Limper. Okay. And that's the boss? No, that's the boss. What's the hell's the node? Skill attackers. Okay, glad I read this. Mix master with the thing. Okay, fine. Nothing looks overly difficult. Oh, I want to read the chat, guys, because I went on like a long soliloquy, I believe they're called. I'm still peeved about the comp, but I do understand that Kingdom has constraints. I just wish they could say this is why the comp has a little unfair. A lot of us would truly understand. Kurd, so Kurd, you've always struck me as a really reasonable person who is open to conversation. Like I feel like I could sit down, hang out with you. We could start off disagreeing. Even if we walk away disagreeing, we're not going to be like, that guy is a dick. He's a liar. I think if we take where Kabam was just literally like 3 months ago, in the way they communicated to us, the tone of it all, to where they are now, or where they were like a week ago, to me, it's like a totally different company. Like, totally different company. And I respect that they are a company, and there's just, I would even tell them sometimes, like, I don't want to know that. I wish you had not told me that. I don't want to walk around knowing that. Right? I'd be like, don't tell everyone that. Right? And like, so sometimes I do wish like they would just say what you're saying. I also understand why they can't. I think where they're at right now has been great with the communication. I think they're doing everything they can to accept responsibility, to say they're actually sorry, to get comp right, right? Like if I think about the Coliseum comp, while also not throwing whoever keeps making these mistakes, because it's got to be multiple people. It can't be. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's not the same person over and over. While also not just totally throwing them under the bus. So, it's just to Karate Mike, yeah. So I feel like this is okay for me to say. I'll find out. Even when I was at my most upset with Kabam, like my most upset, like it was bad. He and I could still communicate. He and I, it wasn't like, hey bud, how you doing, man? Oh, good times. Like, hey, let's hang out. But it was like, hey, this thing came up. I think you should know. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, this thing. Or there was videos I had done on like posts and things that Kabam had done. And I asked him clarifying questions and he answered them, and timely too. Like he wanted the right information to get out to everybody. And so, yeah, I feel very similar to what you're saying about Mike Dredd. I feel very similar to what Dredd is saying about Mike. That's the proper way to phrase that. Okoye, she's good. Elsa, also good. And Shang-Chi, also good. And I'm not ignoring anyone. I just I'm trying to respond to stuff. Is Deadpool X-Force good for story content? In my opinion, that's not where he shines. He can be fine though. Just a lot of the highlights you see are often shorter health pools. Because of that massive burst, but the burst is massive. He's a great champion. They do need to allow people straight into Elder. When they did the post about like how they were gonna work, I was like, dude, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. But yeah. How long do I generally think this game will last? So when I left the CCP and gave up my code and all that, me too. I just wasn't as familiar with this channel, but and obviously Sammy's back. But I really like Cam. I always enjoyed Cam. We were in for Loki. I was at the latter portion of his career by the time I got there, but I grew through communication and things to really, really respect Cam a lot. And he left the game, and someone else did. I don't remember who it was, off the top of my head. And so I did a community post, and I was like, "Hey, I want to calm down a little bit before I go on YouTube. Ask me the questions that you guys have." And people asked, like, "Hey, is the game dead? Like, what's going on, basically?" And my answer was, I think it's one of those things where I think the game could last another 6 years. And I'm just choosing that number. Why am I not getting the is this the node? What's going on? Oh, the shock is causing her to not thanks. Okay. And it was like, I think this is one of those things where I don't think we can accurately predict that, hey, the game will die on this day, the doors will close, the servers will close. I do feel confident that the sales and stuff we've seen are not, Kabam's not going to just like do this and then bounce. There's no way. I think it would just crush the company Kabam. So just from a business aspect, and I said that in the video, no way. I felt like if you guys are familiar with the term jump the shark, I think the thing that we would look back on as like, oh, this is when we should have known, was how they handled Serpent and all of that. I will say that, like I said, I still think they could last another 6 years. I said that in the video. I meant it. I think Kabam might be very close to pulling off transitioning this game into a totally different game, into what they probably would have done if they could make MCoC 2.0. But I think they decided it was not worth it to try to do that. It was better to try to keep the player base playing through it while they transition to it. And if they successfully pull that off, and I think they're close, I think they're really close, then could be another 10 years. Like, I think they've pivoted a little bit this year. We'll never know, though. I imagine they will never say it, but I think we've witnessed them pivot too. From they went hard into more of a card game with just pure hard counters and not, and I think it upset. I know it upset a lot of people. But they kind of stuck with it. It may have been their intention all along anyway. And now they've dialed it down a little bit. And via Ascension, they're going to be able to kind of quote unquote balance the game. I think that's the real reason the balance program went away. Now, of course, the timing of it was quite convenient. But I think that's the real reason the balance program, as far as like the scheduled pace, I think that's the reason why it stopped, is balance will still just be involved. Because remember, I don't know if you guys know this, balance is heavily involved in the creation of the new champions. And so they're involved in that. And then I think, they're involved in quite a bit. From what I can tell, balance is one of the hardest working departments that we're aware of in the game, as far as like time and being there, having their imprint on so much stuff. And so I would imagine that they'll be heavily involved in which champions are ascendable when. And then they don't have to be as concerned about whether they should nerf or buff a champion, which is, I think, is what ultimately they wanted to do. They were trying to do that. But like, that's why the post kept coming out with different excuses, and like they didn't make sense with the previous post. And, myself and others kept pointing that out to them. And so I think the decision was ultimately made, just be like, screw it. Like, this isn't going well. Let's just balance the game via Ascension. That's what I assume. And so I think if they pull that off, I think the game's back to being indefinite. Just indefinite. Because they can just make a different champion. They don't have to power creep the game as much as they did before, because they can just control it through Ascension, you know? That's what I think. And I hope I hope they're either doing that or something better. Because I would love, dude, if this game goes another 10 years, are you kidding me? I would love that. Thank you, Ice Panther. I'm glad you were able to join in the middle and it still sounded interesting. I honestly don't know. Your funeral. If anyone in the chat knows the answer to that, I would love to know. So Kurd, going back to Kurd's second to last comment. This is where it's always difficult, especially since I'm not even in the CCP anymore. What I do try to do is put myself in the actual shoes of Mike being Karate Mike. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I can have a temper. And I think I have extremely high standards for stuff. And I'm aware of that. I can be difficult to work with. I'm aware of that. If I was in Mike's shoes, oh my God, I would have probably punched people by now. I would have been like, oh my God. Like, that would have been the nice version. I would have, like, whatever keeps happening to make me have to be like, are you effing kidding me? Did you see the show I just put on and you can't get a calendar right? Like, the fact that he's not doing that, I think is a testament to his patience, right? And so it's just like, but here's the thing, and I think this is where a lot of people get caught up, is like, I can have empathy and sympathy and admiration for Mike on that part, but I also need to tell you guys what I really think, right? I can't be like, what do you guys mean? There's no bugs. That's fine. Because I don't want Mike to have to deal with a headache. That's also not okay, right? Like, if I can't sit up here and be like, oh, transparent, you guys, and this is the relationship that matters, and then be like, there's no bugs, right? Because that's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of bull. Clown Fiesta. I like that term. I didn't want to just steal Seaton's term, so that's why I came up with Carnival. I like the Carnival one. I also like Clown Fiesta, of course, too. But that man's been right since since I started watching him. He's been using that term. At least I think he has. I don't know. I may have just what's that called? The Mandela effect, right? Is that what that is? He does need to know karate. What's up, Billy D? You're making me laugh, man. I see Canton as a Stick 100. I think it starts there. Oh, this is for Deadpool X-Force? He was streaming earlier. We could have just asked him. Although he probably went to bed. Oh, no, wait. A young man in Britain on a Friday night. He's probably going out. I hope that answered your question, Evan. If you guys have follow-up questions, I enjoy talking about this stuff a lot. I need to drink a little bit. That's been the one difficult thing about streaming. One is the time, but streaming as much as I have the last 2 weeks is my voice goes every night. It's just gone. Yeah, I try to stay. So here's the other thing is, over the last couple of months, there's a lot of great conversations on my Discord server about, and I really appreciate a lot of the guys that stuck around, I didn't really ask them why they're sticking around, but I appreciate them for sticking around. And we had some really constructive conversations about why something that bothered me so much didn't bother them. And one of the conclusions was definitely like, because I'm old. Like, it just is flat out, I'm old. Like, I grew up in a time again of like, I literally played Duck Hunt. I remember opening Nintendo on Christmas morning, and my brothers helped me set it up. It like I opened the version that actually came with the robot. Do you guys even remember this? And in my recollection is it had like 2 spinning tops, I think. I don't know. The robot never worked properly at all. But like we had Duck Hunt, right? Like that's actually what I played. So you like bought a game and just played it. That's what it was. And nowadays, dude, like I think kids are just they're not kids. These people are in their 20s and 30s. They're not kids. They're just used to this. Like they're used to like, oh, Twitch drops, awesome, man. That's awesome. And I'm like, what the hell's Twitch? You know, what's a Twitch drop? Like the fact that, and I love Pepe. Pepe's great. Don't get me wrong. This is not about Pepe. But the fact that my computer watched Pepe for 11 hours and I get rewards for that will never, it'll never feel, I don't know what the right term is. It'll always feel like I'm like, okay, this is just the world I live in now, you know? And so I think for these younger folk who've been playing games for, last 15 years, this isn't deceitful because they're used to this. This is the game that they've grown up playing. This is how it is now. Where for me, I'm like, what the hell's pay to win, man? Like, what is this? It's just, and I don't think that's like deceit. It's more just like a totally different thing. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I could come up with more analogies. What's Old Man Easy saying? Old men have no problem with honest mistakes. They have no patience for yes. Essentially, I mean, that's what I want to say, but I'm trying to be fair that there's another just way of seeing all of this. But yeah, that's how it feels to me. Where I'm like, don't, it's what's the old saying about like, don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining, like, but, I'm the one that decided to start a YouTube channel on this game. That's on me. And if you accept the game for what it is fun. I think. I think if I accept the game for what it is, I do think it's fun. I do. Like I'm not that good of an actor. You guys have seen it. Okay, science. Knocking the defender down while they're summon for a power sting, slow, taunt, or weakness. Okay, so bring a science character with those things. Cool. And what does the boss do? Whenever the defender's knocked down, until second timer started, if the defender's knocked down again. Okay. Each time the defender makes contact with the defender, the attacker is inflicted with a bleed debuff. Reach armor up. Okay. Brace for attack. Interrupt heavy. Sure. Let's get insult. Fine. Okay. Science attackers and bleed immune champions that don't do energy damage. Sure. What's up? MS Kizzo? I remember I was calling you Miss Kizzo. Sorry about that, man. Pepe. Yeah. Thanks for understanding what I was saying too. That was awesome. I love what Pepe did. I will watch Pepe on YouTube. You don't need to give me drops to do it. Yeah, all that good stuff. I don't even remember what the debuffs were. I don't remember everyone's immunities. Are any of these champions immune to bleed? That seems like something Serpent's immune to. No, he's not. Does anyone know? Anyone know? Bueller? I don't think any of them are immune to bleed. He's got a weird set. He's like cold snap and all that stuff, isn't he? Yeah, but Seajar does energy damage. Oh, no. Good call. Thank you. Where's my null? Where's my null at? There we go. I think Corvus is immune to bleed, isn't he? Where are you at, man? Yeah, there we go. We'll bring in Corvus. It'll be fun. An unramped Corvus. It'll be great. Trust me. Trust me on this one. It'll be great. We'll have a good time. You'll enjoy it. Hulkling? No, Hulkling is like shock and poison, I think. Yeah, and you're right. Null has like a 60% resistance, I believe. That bleeds you virtually nothing. Oh, got it. Okay, well, it is what it is. We've already entered the quest. We can't back out now. We can't do it. That's not allowed. Oh, Span, what's up, buddy? Oh, you actually get home? Gotta come home. Yeah, you gotta take care of Mama, man. Mama took care of you. Mama took care of you. You gotta take care of Mama, man. That is rule number one of life. Take care of Mama. B, like that's where like us older guys like yeah, I mean you guys are saying all the stuff. Like I agree with everything you're saying. Like we're just at some point I just feel like an old man on a porch yelling, you know? Maybe I am. You know? But if I concentrate on certain things, like my alliance, my Discord server, you all in the chat, streaming's really fun for me. Doing videos that I think are helpful. You know, I don't know if I hope you guys have noticed that. Like, actually, I'm sure you have, because I see the views on them. Like the last I'd probably say 2-3 months, like I've done more videos being like, hey, here's how you do this. Oh, by the way, this cool thing happened. Here's how to take advantage of it. Don't miss this calendar. And I never used to do that stuff. Ever. And as long as I focus on that, and I feel like, hey, just try to be humorous and funny when I'm in the mood for it, interact with you all, screw around my Discord server, ask questions. When I'm struggling to decide which champion I want to rank up, I'll let my Discord server decide. Turns out I'm having a lot of fun. A lot of that stuff is extemporaneous. Is that the word? I think it's extemporaneous from the game. Is that what that means? Like associated with, but not material part of. I think that's right. Either way, you guys know what I mean. So as long as I focus on that stuff, I'm having a grand old time, man. And then seeing that so many of my viewers are more interested in seeing me spend, like I said, I'm not gonna go win Banquet. I not, for a variety of reasons. Probably not even gonna come close to getting rank 5 or rank 6 or rank 5, because I think that's gonna be absurdly expensive. But dude, we're gonna pop crystals, man. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be popping them. Like, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna rank up champions. I'm gonna do videos on them. Like, I'm gonna give the people what they want to see, as long as it's, again, not like against what I'm having fun with or I find abhorrent. So yeah. Extraneous. What did I say? Extemporaneous? I made up a word, didn't I? Extraneous. Thank you, Aaron. Is Crazy Connector? What's up, dude? I'm making you feel old? Well, I'm only saying old man so the kids get it. But dude, I don't feel old at all. I'm in my garage in a little studio my wife had built for me, playing a video game with you all. Old men don't do that. You know, I'm older than I used to be. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't feel old. I think this will be it from Mr. Archangel. Throw it, dude. Come on. What is this bullshit? Yo! What's up, Kurt? TGIF. You got that right, man. Whatever the big word you start to Kabam lingo. Extemporaneously not affected by ability accuracy unless you have a passive on you. In which case, furthermore, that was funny. Unk. I think that's a good word for Thiprex. Thiprex, I know your name. Are you on my Discord? You make me laugh a lot. I know your name, but yeah, it's on the Discord, right? You make me laugh a lot. Get off my lawn. I think that's old man. My sense is Unk is like You're not cool in the way I'm cool, but you're cool for an older guy, man. You're not young anymore, you know? Don't go hollering at the girls with me. That's creepy. But you're pretty cool, man. That's my sense on it. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Did anyone say holler anymore? Probably not. I think that's a great term. It really, literally, encapsulated hollering at girls, you know? That's different than a cat call. Right? We're not about cat calling. That's not okay. We're not trying to make people feel uncomfortable around. But a good holler? Come on, man. Those are good days. Yeah, Zipper, I thought it was you. I recognize the name. I think it not being in like some sort of purple pink number or color got me. Yeah, Unk. Unk is the current meta. That's what I've caught on to. I remember like one of the first few times someone called me Unk in a video, I was like, I don't know what that means. All right. All right, I'm on to you. I'm going to answer your question because you seem nice, but I'm going to keep an eye on what Unk is. Yeah, you got that right, Helgendorf. You got that right. You got that right, man. Oh, dude, Helgendorf, that's Neil Young, right? Don't worry, I'm not gonna sing it. I do not worry, I'm not gonna sing it. But yeah, I think that's Neil Young. It's a good song. I'm gonna get to, speaking of old men, man, I'm gonna get to see my dad this Christmas. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna go visit him, see my sister and my two brothers. I don't get to see them that much. They live in Southern California and I'm up in Northern. So I don't get to see them too often. It'll be nice. Are any of you guys planning to go pretty big for Banquet? Out of curiosity? Like, is anyone trying to hit, was it the top 600 for the rank 5? I think we've had a couple guys on the Discord server said they actually are going to go for it. Neil Young, the old man from Atlanta Canucks. Yep. Or the other question is, who are you picking? Abs, Kingpin, or a little bit of why not both? I have a feeling that's going to be the answer for a lot of people. You're open to get both? Yeah. I think they're both going to be good. I'll be continuing to talk about them in a variety of videos. I think they're both going to be good. We have the Battlegrounds tier list coming out tomorrow. The Illuminati, we really honed in on it. I think a lot of you will see quite a few adjustments. We'll notice them. You're going to see them one way or the other, but you'll notice quite a few adjustments. And this is a lot of powerful champions coming in at once. We don't usually see this. And so there's quite a few, not like one champion's all of a sudden like falling off, like they're now terrible or something. But there's quite a bit of movement. I think one thing that's good is I don't think that I don't feel that like any of them are gonna come in and just like dominate everything. Like those days feel pretty much over. Unless it's a brand new champion, So I'm going to try my best to kind of keep a little bit of... Oh, how did I block the unblockable? I mean, I'm happy for it. What is going on? Was he unstoppable all of a sudden? What the hell is happening? Is this, oh, this is that node where you gotta like knock them down first? Or the final hit won't land, probably? That feels like what I'm experiencing. We'll get there. We'll get there. No, that's not it either. Okay. No, that also wasn't it. I know, I could hit pause and read the node, but this is more fun. Punish heavy. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. You need to punish a heavy to remove the unstoppable. Cool. That was like, wasn't that like an EOP fight against Vox? Was it against Vox? I like when Kabam does that. When they take a champion that's not really a defender, and then they add nodes and make them. Oh, it was Heimdall. And then they make them complicated or complex via that. That's one of my favorite things they do. There it is. We're cooking now. Nothing can stop us. Look at us go. Iron Fist 2. Yeah, that was a great one. There we go. Come on, man. Thanks for the call, Null. It was a good call. Yeah, dude, I hear you, Luke. School, dude. School just is so expensive, man. And we got to treat ourselves, right? It's always that balance between, you know, taking care of our responsibilities while also having some amount of fun along the way too, right? Hoping I can keep it relatively light for banquet and still get good rewards. I think you can. Like I based on what it seems like they're doing, it seems like was it like a little over 15,000 units, assuming you have units, you know, saved up, is going to get you at least the selector for abs or kingpin. And then the crystals after that are RNG. I mean, I don't know. We'll see though. We never know, you know. We never know. Hey, Oscar, what's up, dude? It's time to get started. Eric is here. Okay, let's read the notes. Tech attackers, while armed is active, will 10 block power drain, while fixing power drain. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Sure. Okay, so we do that. And the boss is Luma. Okay. It like this is such a good example of why this feels ridiculous that people with accounts like this have to do this quest. Like, dude, I'm not even paying attention. Like, we're just talking. And like, yeah, sure, technically I'm sure it could go a little faster if I was like focused in on it, but okay, so tech and yeah, all right. Let's go. It said armor up effect, didn't it? I think it did. Let's pretend that it did. This would be a good time for me to start learning to use Solvar. Guys, I've got no clue how to play him. Okay? Just keep that in mind. And what did the boss was, so we need this. And 18K saved. I mean, dude, of course I never want to say like, you're going to be fine. And then, you know, kabam, as soon as you say it's going to be fine, kabam's going to find a way. Right. But I mean, based on what we know, you should have a good time. I hope you have a good time. I'm terrible, sir. Dude, there's just so many moving parts. There's so many moving parts. But I want to learn to use it. It's very, for me, it feels very similar to how I feel about Lumitrix. I'm getting better with Lumitrix, though, for sure. For sure getting better because I'm playing them more and whatever, like learning from the mistakes and things like that. But yeah, dude, Solvark is just, I think I need to sit down, like on one of my flights this winter or this holiday, this vacation. I need to just like write down his kit, and then I know me. I need to like make my own outline of it. Like that's how I used to study in college and law school. It used to help me out a lot. And I think I need to do that with him, and I think that'll help me out. I found this hilarious. Like, why is Guardian so little? Why is Guardian so tiny? And Hulkbuster too, up there against old Deadpool. No one knows. No one knows. Justin comes in, showing off. Showing off. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? Probably don't even need to go to the SV2, actually. Yeah. What's Halfgod saying? Hey, what's up, Halfgod? Lies. You sit on a throne of lies. You are excellent at everything. Oh, it's nice, dude. Look at that. The chat's being nice to each other. This is an F Friday. Oh man, easy. What did I say? If that is the case, it would be even more satisfying when you landed one. What did I say? What did I do? I don't know why I always miss the timely stuff. I'm better with Bastion than you are? All right, man. Hey, I got that going for me, man. I got that going for me. I feel good now. I feel better about myself. How you doing, Justin? What's up, bud? It is going to be very difficult for me. I think the tech rankings are going to be by far the hardest for me with the top 10s. I've redone them so many times. And I have to keep reminding myself that, like, I would say I will not lie to people, but my own playing the game bias, that's the time for it to finally come out. Like, I don't do that with the tier list. So it's time for... Why is Red Hulk giving me fits? I like Bastion. I think he's the best tech. I use him by far the most. I like playing him, so that probably has a lot to do with it. I agree and I understand. He's not the fastest tech champion for Battlegrounds, but dude, his matchup spread is ridiculous. If 49, 50K is not winning you, then I don't know. It wins me a lot. It wins me a lot. So I don't know. Solvark is a homework assignment that I know I'm never going to do. That's part of why I took him to rank 4, man. Is I was like, I've made that mistake before, but that's because I knew I disliked the champion. But I don't even remember what champion it was. I took them to like the highest variety. I actually like playing Solvark. I like his animations. I like his model. Like, I think he's like a big bull, right? I like that. I believe he's got like a hunter storyline. But like I said, mainly I do really like his animations and his model. So I think I'm going to be good with it. We'll find out. Time will tell. Just throw it, dude. We tried to be fancy. It wasn't working. Nice job. He did. He essentially has no legs. That's the one big down drawback. Yeah, you know, I don't know what that's all about. Actually, he kind of reminds me of there's a guy, he's made a couple of movies I've really liked and a TV show I really liked. I think his name's like Jorge Gutierrez. I might be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he made the movie like Book of Life. He made an anime show. Well, it's not technically anime, I don't think. But it's like anime style in some ways, show on Netflix called Mayan the Three. I absolutely loved it. And Solvark actually really, to me, looks like a character from that guy's worlds that he creates. So that's part of why I really like it as well too. Is it Jorge? I can't believe I can't remember his name. Yeah, Hilgendorf. So that's a big part of what I love too. Oh, you showed him off in War. That's right. B's a good Solvark player. I think Silver Samurai is he's a good champion. I don't know how great he's going to be in story questing. Like, he's very solidly in that third tier of champions where they're good enough. They're very good. And if you like them, go for it. Rank them up. Have a good time, right? Yeah. This is However, at the moment, like as far as their like meta, overarching meta relevance for like the big bad defenders and all that stuff, if I remember correctly, it's pretty much just Yelena. CCP couldn't test him in Battlegrounds, and he's one of those champions that's got like, I think it's in his signature ability. He's got like an extra call out to start off with whatever two of his ability that he builds up over a fight. He starts off with them in Battlegrounds, so I think that's going to give him some extra nuke capabilities. But he does not currently feel like this like ultra meta relevant champion. So yeah, if you like him, go for it. He's one of the coolest looking champions in the game for sure, no doubt. Yeah. Bead, yeah, you and I seem to like tech for the same reasons. I never had really realized that's part of why I like tech. People started kind of pointing it out, or when I was talking about how much I like tech. That's what I get for trying to parry that out of nowhere. This is going well. Maybe that's what Kabam's doing. Why they didn't just make it so we could skip it is they're like, if we bore them enough, maybe they'll make enough mistakes where they have to use items. Could be it. But yeah, I love tech. I love tech. And a lot of it was the relationship between tech and cosmic, right? Like I've talked about that. Like I don't like the relationship between Mystic and cosmic right now. I don't like it at all. And there's nothing Kabam can do about it. Like they created it and it'll take like years, I think, to unfold it. Maybe that's hopefully part of what Ascension will do. Like as much as I like Nico Minoru, I love, she's so powerful, right? Like as a YouTuber on tier lists and stuff, I of course it'd be dumb to not tell you she's amazing. It also felt like it just kind of ruined what they were doing with Cosmic and Mystic. So, and to your point, it does not feel as though the closest tech has to that right now would be the Maker. And I still don't think he does to the mutant class what Nico does to the Cosmic. All right, we're almost there. I'm getting matched with monster players and BGs. Not sure. Are you in the victory track or the gladiator circuit? Silver Samurai is unique because he powers up from the defender's combo meter. I bet he will be useful when more combo type champions come out. I agree, and that's one of those ones where it's kind of similar to what I was saying. Did I say that? Again, guys, I've recorded so many videos because I've even started recording the stuff for when when I go on vacation break. Um, no, I don't think I've released this video yet. So part of my thoughts on X23 are that she feels light on utility, but we've seen this before with champions, and it's kind of what Old Man Easy is pointing out, where like their utility doesn't feel. Wait, what? Oh, he evaded it. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't feel asked for yet. So it's not that they don't have it. It's just there's not a lot of defenders or nodes or things like that asking for it. The concern with X23 and why I'm not like predicting her to have like a massive spike in meta usage over the next year is her like her marked passive or whatever it is that gets rid of the indestructibles is limited to it is. Why do I keep doing that? It is limited to skill champions. So, like, she kind of feels like she could take a similar Deadpool X-Force path, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Kabam would have to put out a ton of champions doing what she asked for. Did he just go unblockable? What the hell is going on? Whatever. This is literally what we're saying, is like the player pays so little attention, doesn't even read the nodes, that they end up having to use items. I see you through Kabam. I see right through you. So yeah, if Kabam does that, then Silver Samurai stocks go up for sure. Absolutely. Part of that for me is that the maker's not a dual threat. So that's where, like, again, like, and thanks for saying, like, this is good. It's good for me to know what various community members think and viewers think. Is like, if I'm doing the general tier list, like, how much do we include dual threat? You know, in Battlegrounds, that's why we separate it out. If I'm just doing my own top 10, I mean, what I'll do is I'll set my formatting. You know, I've done that every year. It's like, here are my priorities. Here's what I was looking through, and that usually goes really well. Of course, some people don't listen to it, and then they're like surprised, but that's a them problem, not a me problem. Victory track, yeah. Nordic Hunter, like, I think what Kabam ultimately needs to do there is decide, is Battleground supposed to be a competitive mode in the victory track or not? They need to make that decision. That was a huge topic. Well, not that specifically, but there was so much back and forth on Battlegrounds and like the formatting and all that stuff. And there were so many disagreeing opinions because there's so many different people playing the game a variety of ways. I think Kabam, if they're like, no, the victory track is supposed to be quote unquote competitive, then sometimes accounts of various different sizes are going to match because they're at the same place in the ladder as they are when other people are. Like, this is another great example of like the way the games are now versus the way they were when I was young. Is, dude, what I feel like, at least the best games, although this is not a good analogy because there weren't really games like that, but like, I feel like, hey, look, if Battlegrounds is supposed to be competitive, then like, shoot, it just is what it is. But the way games are now, I think Kabam would be really smart to lock the victory track so that you only face accounts that are of like similar sizes. But then as soon as I say that, dude, you're going to get massive whales who really just enjoy whaling. Like, they just enjoy whaling and they enjoy collecting. They're not very good at the game, and they're going to hate Battlegrounds. So maybe that's why Kabam hasn't done that. I don't know. At some point, I feel like they've got to figure that out. If they want people to play Battlegrounds and not hate it, then don't make it so ridiculous for them to make it through the victory track. Like, I think they've got to, whether they're working on it or not, I have no idea. Are we finally done with this? No, we've got 2 more things. "100% disagree on victory track." On what? Because I kind of ended up saying both sides of it. Let me know what you disagreed with, or what you think. I'm curious. MSKSO. I know some people really like Dracula. I think it's read those on my Discord server is a Big fan. Shows a lot of stuff. Read those. Tends to like the unloved champions, and then show them doing incredible stuff. Okay, so I'm sorry, I can't actually read your name. Not that it's spelled weirdly. It's just this screen is small. It looks like Rel Jefe. Rel Jefe? Yeah, that might be it. I don't know. I'm actually going to have to make that exact decision myself. A lot of it will depend on what my Discord server votes. In fact, I can check the poll right now. Let's check the poll. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the poll is between Kindred and Captain Britain, right? And because I did want another defender, I want to eventually take them both up. My Kindred Sig 140, my Captain Britain is unawakened, so I'm going to hide the votes. Kindred started off with a good lead, and then Captain Britain stormed ahead because a lot of people on the Discord server decided Kindred was too ugly to be ranked. I was like, y'all mean girls, man. Like, what's that got to do with anything? If I'm taking Captain Britain up to rank 4, then I'll be using that to awaken her. That's from here, right? Oh shoot, I thought I was getting an awakening gem from here. No, I thought there was an awakening gem here. Shoot, how did you all get awakening gems for this set? Do I have one and I don't realize it? No, I do not. That's my fault. I thought there was one in the Stealth Spider-Man track. Shoot. You're seeing it set in that I've made a big mistake. What's up, Buzzfan? So to actually answer the question you asked then is I would use the gem on the I hate to this is actually the truth though. I would use it on the one you enjoy. Like whoever you enjoy more. I do think if you're going to use Captain Britain for defense and battlegrounds, you should give it to her. Solvark he gets those like steadfast which are helpful. Like Hilgendorf showed it in the in his fight for the Upside Alliance fight in the video. But I think you can still get great results out of Solvark in a variety of places without it. It's yeah, I mean being immune to crush would be nice too. I still think you can get great results. I think you can get better results out of Solvark Unawakened than you can with Captain Britain Unawakened in Battlegrounds. So I would go with Captain Britain. Also, there's no way to shoot, but there's no way to awaken Solvark now. I don't know. That's one of those really brutal ones, dude. Yeah, I just turned those 3 skill gems into 1 tech gem and I'm fine, right? Kabam did do something like that for the Christmas gift. That was many years ago. I felt, or they did something like that somewhere where you could like turn in items and exchange it for like something else. It was wild. You guys remember that? Use its half gem on Sorvark. That's smart. Because he'll eventually come to the basic, but it's not for like 6 months. I'm gonna keep playing this. I'll admit, guys, this is boring as heck. So as long as we're chatting, I'll stay on for a while longer. But this is boring the hell out of me. You have 6 cosmic gems? I'm sorry. El Jefe. Oh, yeah, El Jefe. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. I don't know why I'm throwing an R in there. Um, what's my budget for Banquet? Do you regret coming off of CCP? I never really thought about that. Let me figure out these notes and then I'll answer that. Okay, so Mystic that nullifies or is buff immunity, and then we've got You guys seeing this? I've never seen was this Hazard Armor Neuroshock. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but this is the first time I feel like I've purely seen it. The reason why you're seeing me take a moment for it is the Maker is the only Neuroshock immune champion in the game. So, I mean, you guys keep in mind, like, I've been playing the game where, like, Iceman with his cold snap, that was a big deal. That was a really big deal. And I remember being like, we're eventually going to see it in Hazard Shift. And I was off by like 3 years. The Kabam eventually brought it, but that's interesting. Um, I mean, it looks to me like Bastion's going to make an absolute joke of that. So Mystic with Bastion. Poor Warwolf by night. He doesn't get to come out and play. He's very sad. He's very, very sad. And Solvark, so I can try to learn to play him a little better. That'll be good. Dude, Fan, massive thank you, man. That was a really cool thing to look up and see. Thank you very much, buddy. I'm glad you made it home, and smart man, taking care of mom, man. If we're lucky enough to have a mama, we need to take care of them. Those are special ladies. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. To answer the question, I'm going to handle it in 2 parts. Yeah, this is fine. What was exactly the question again? My budget for banquet. So I'm gonna let my viewers dictate that. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna spend like $4,000. I'm not gonna do that. So, I mean, I would love it if everyone hits that many likes on the videos or something like that, but I'm not gonna do that. I just not. But that being said, what I'll probably do is I have it set so I will stream the initial drop like I like to do. I have a bunch of units, so I'll be spending, all my units on that. And do that opening. And then I'll evaluate based on what's in front of me, right? And then especially keeping in mind that on the 23rd, they're actually gonna have a holiday sale where they've told us that units will be like at 150%, I think it is, or 50% bonus for unit purchase. And I'll probably let my initial opening determine it, or I'll set some sort of like number, be like for every 100 likes, I'll get an Odin's worth or something like that. And then just literally let my viewers determine it. Because like I said, like, hey, this is what the people want to see, then I'm going to still be me. I'm not going to do something that I don't find fun, but I do want to entertain. I do want to have a good time. I am trying to grow a channel. So yeah. So that's what I'll do. Do I regret leaving the CCP? I'm really trying hard to figure out how to answer that question without bringing things that should be private into the conversation. No, I think regret would definitely be the wrong word. Do I wish I still had my code? Yes. Am I like upset that I gave it up and left? No. I think it needed to happen. Not only from my perspective, but the perspective of other people who I don't want to dive into that too much. I'll ask you just to kind of respect that. Like most things, when you see someone that upset, there's a bunch of stuff that like probably unfortunately needed to happen because things had gotten to that point. I've been extremely transparent with you all that the posts from Dave when he apologized to the community completely shifted my thinking in the way I interpreted a lot of things, and then that caused a true like shift. It was a catalyst for conversations to start taking place, and I think that's about all I can say from it. So I do hope that I one day go back to the CCP, but I don't want to say like my understanding of the game grew up, as in like people who don't see it the way I do or kids are wrong or something. My way of seeing the game has evolved over the course of this year, and I would not go back to the CCP under what I feel would be misguided ideas that like me and all the people there now are going to be like best friends, and like I mean I never really did think that, but I don't think that's ever going to happen for a variety of reasons. I don't think that like my ideas are all going to be like heard and understood and like implemented in the game. But for me, I have a place to be like, this is what my viewers feel, and then just leave it at that. To test champions on the test map, and then of course the code. Yeah, so all of that I would like, but I can't force Caban to do that. I have plenty of plans to do what I think are going to be really, really cool things and have fun for 2026. Like 2025, December kind of writes itself because of like all the stuff going on in game, right? Yeah, I think I covered. If you guys have any other follow-up questions, I'm happy to talk about it in ways that I feel like are respectful of other people's privacies as well too. Wet Noodle, what is up, man? Ooh, that was a good one. I usually mess up that dex because I go way too late. Tier 8 Vega Catalyst? I don't even... This is where, like, that's why it's just me. You guys are used to it by now. Like, I'll talk for, like, 5 minutes, and then you guys make comments on various things. I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why. No second mortgage for top 3? Yeah. No. Ain't doing that. I'm all about house tier, man. I'm all about house tier. I want to entertain you guys. I want to have a good time. And I know you're just joking around anyway. But like yeah, there's limits to it. There's also stuff like I just don't want to put on the internet. Like I don't feel good about it. You know? As simple as that for me. We all have different thresholds for that sort of stuff. Kurd, I imagine that sale will last for a few days. Like probably like 5 or 6 days. I don't remember correctly how long, but I'd be shocked if they leave that up. Like I feel like they recently left a sale up for 2 weeks. Cyber weekend. Because I was like, I told you guys I'm not spending, I'm not gonna spend. Like that was a good looking sale too. But I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not. I didn't pay attention to it, but I think it was up for 2 weeks. I would love to use my code. Thank you very much. One day, I imagine one day it'll get back. It'll come back. Yeah, like I'm not trying to start like I don't want it to turn angry, and I am aware of my channel and things, and so I'm aware that that could happen. So that's why I'm not saying like, hey, tell them to do it in anything but a playful way. Like, but I think it'll eventually happen. How many bullets? We got plenty of bullets yet. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I can respond properly to Billy's statement, and I'm not sure I really can, bud, and I'm sorry. It's not that you say anything wrong, it's... Yeah, I think I have to leave it alone. The podium level never reset. Why would it reset? What have I missed? I've missed something. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna play looking at the OBS screen. I gotta look down. All right, I'll focus on this fight. Just get it over with. All right, we're almost there. Come on. Okay, let me read through the chat. One question about Coliseum. Does the podium lower set if I change time? Okay, I realized they were answering it. Thanks, guys, for answering the question. Thoughts on if they should offer Conchio Marketplace so we can... So, like I said, I'm not a very good actor. And I'm aware of that. Like, I don't think if I ever tried to really play poker, I would probably not do very well at it. File that under I know things that I shouldn't know. And yeah, I do think Kabam should try to work with that young person. It's like, you know how it is where they say, like, someone knows just enough to know things, but they don't know everything, like that sort of stuff. That's kind of where I fall a lot. And it's just, it could just be so frustrating. But yeah, based on my experiences with the young man, based on me using that site for forever in videos and stuff, I signed up for I think I signed up for like a year's membership before he took it as paywalled. But I was just like, dude, I use this all the time in videos. Like, I shout out Kat Murdoch. Sometimes I do like the coffee tip or whatever with her. I pay Misty for the really awesome screenshots she makes for me. Like, I believe in paying people or thanking them. Or you guys see me shout out. The reason I shout out the Illuminati all the time is because, like, they're great channels and they're so helpful, I think, to everyone. Like, I just believe in doing that. And so with Conchu Zonk, I was like a no-brainer for me. Once I realized like what he was offering, I was like, dude, I don't even remember how much it was. It was like $100 or something. And I was like, yeah, I'll be a supporting member. Like, absolutely. I use this all the time. So yeah. Oh, you're just making a joke about it? Oh, got it. I understand now. Yeah. Yeah. No, Dave's post really was it like so many things had kind of dovetailed that were upsetting me personally and also upsetting me about the game and treatment of players and my viewers. And so when Dave did that, I truly was like, we need to talk. Like, we need to talk because a man or a woman, of course, or anyone, okay, I didn't mean to make it gendered, a person who will do that, I'll work with them. We don't need to agree. We don't need to agree on stuff. But I'll work with them. I'll cover that game. I'm excited about it. And then everything you guys saw unfold afterwards. Did they not like my criticism of the game? Are they sensitive about the feedback? So Venom, I could be aggressive, man. I know, like, most of the time you guys see me and I'm just like, oh, la la la, playing the game, silly. And that is it most of the time because, like, I like to interact that way. Like, I'm not like a huge dude. I'm not. I've probably shrunk a little bit, in all honesty. I am a little over 6 feet tall. And I'm aware that I can kind of scare some people. So I try to be aware of those things. And I can be aggressive. Like, if I think people are really messing up and I'm involved, I'll start off assertive and I'll move to aggressive if I need to. So I think probably a lot of it was not liking the way I did things. And that's fair. I don't yeah, I actually respect it if someone's got enough gravitas to be like, dude, stop it. I'll be like, all right. Like, we still need to talk, but okay, if that makes sense. I'm just confused with the root of the conflict. So the problem is I can't tell you guys the root of the conflict, and I apologize. but I just I can't. I'm not. I'm literally like not allowed to tell you, like legally. Um, yeah, like this is one of those ones where if a Kabam employee wants to, they're probably not allowed to talk about you. But it's over. So yeah. And it, the actual root of now I want to really kind of answer your question. The root of it truly was, I'm being serious, the way I feel like myself and my viewers were truly treated. Like, I didn't make up any of it. I know a lot of people felt, no, it's not even a lot. So that's the other thing. Like, you can see the likes and dislikes ratio on videos. Like, YouTube provides us a lot of data. And I haven't checked on it in forever. But even my video where it's like, okay, like I said I was gonna listen to my viewers. I literally did everything I said I would do. I knew that there would be people who were angry and would show up angry to that video. We can see the likes and dislikes, and YouTube even shows us the ratio of it. That video, last I checked, had an 85% likes to dislikes ratio. When in life do you make 85% of people happy? Like, and those are the people that chose to like. Most people forget to hit the like button. Angry people hit the dislike. And so it's just like, I'm on my Discord server. I talk to you guys. You guys are my audience. Like, so yeah. Let's try to play Soul Arc. I took Soul Arc into Battlegrounds the other day, and I forgot not to do the cold snap. What's the protection for? I don't remember. Let me see if I can find out what the protection is for. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I believe this was not like some big brain move. I'm not going to claim it was, but that's going to power up Soul Arc like crazy, right? Oh. Is he reverse controlled immune? I can't remember. Nope, he is not. But we're fine. Watch this. I believe this will do a lot of damage. I want to see the SP3. I like his animations. I like his build. I like him. Yeah. Soul Arc's all right. Maybe you don't need to learn how to play him. Maybe he just plays himself, man. I almost said something very inappropriate there, and I didn't mean to. It was totally not intended. I'll read through the chat a little bit. The way the AI in this game has evolved, for example, why the world should restrict and control their development. I will say every time, and I will tell you, and again, this like, I hate that there's so much I can't tell you guys, but I have good reason to believe that Kabam is actually being honest when they talk about the AI. When they talk about how like it doesn't technically learn and all that stuff, I really think they're being honest. I really do. And I know you're like, that's where you think they're being honest. Like, I know, trust me, I get it, but I think they are. I also think they're being, what's the word for it? There's a word where it's not literal, but I think they're being a little too like, they're sticking to the definition of their word. And so I think it'd be helpful if they tried harder to use words that the majority of people would understand. Not that we're too stupid to understand the words they're using, but they're using a very specific definition of the words. And so like, because to all of us, it feels like the AI has learned a lot, right? We're like, dude, are you telling me this is obviously not accurate? Like, oh, and we do know that they've changed the AI. The whole like we've never changed the AI. They said it in a post a while ago that they've made adjustments. Okay. So I think when you combine all of that, I agree. Like there's something crazy going on there, man. I'm looking forward to AI 2.0. What Kabam does with it, who knows? But I think it gives them much more control over it. And I think that's a way forward to a potentially much better situation than we have now. Hey, it's AJ. What's up, dude? If a big part of CCP is for marketing purposes and content or tools like it is similar that allows creators to have better streams, info for the masses and the should evaluate the value. I think it gets into so I'm so I one of the things that confuses me is that they now have a code for the like I don't know the name of the site. And I can't think of the person's name. He's a really nice man. I've met him too. Brutal. Brutal runs a website that's based on the game, and he has a code. I just don't know. I don't know the information and all of that. I think it's interesting to say the least. Random thought for Coliseum. I mentioned in my Alliance Discord that was a wish. We picked a defender each day for 5 days. Once picked, it's locked for the day. That would make it more fun. Oh, dude, that would make it tons more fun. I think you can see why Kabam would never do it though. But yeah, that'd be a blast. A meeting room with the rectangle table is not an equal room to be like Arthur and have a large round table. Yeah, I think you're probably referencing something. Yeah. Okay. You made a series of comments. Uh I think a bunch of shouting is not good, and I will admit that I participated in the shouting. I tried to make things better at points. I'm sure Kabam feels they tried to make things better at points too. At some point, everyone failed. Give people a training ground to test. Yeah. So that's why I think it'd be great. And I think that's also why it'll never happen. Like not being in the CCP, dude. There's like there's been so much stuff where I'm like, oh, I'd like to practice this. I'm like, I don't know how to practice this, right? Like I would love to show you Solvark versus Onslaught. Oh shoot, there I have it. I'm a dum dum. For the rank 4 video, I don't I like to try to show you guys fights in my rank up videos if I can. If I can't, it's fine. I know everyone's used to that. Like it's part of it's just like hearing who they're ranked up and why. But I'd love to have a video of it, so that'll be nice. So hey, thank you for that idea. But being not being the CCP, I've wanted to show that fight. I'm like, I don't even have a 6-star soul arc. I can't show a realistic fight at all. Yeah, which brings up a whole other discussion. Trust me, I know. 6'2" here and that physical presence. So I get what you mean. Yeah. And so one of the I mean, I'm aware of it anyway, but I became particularly heightened aware of it because I hang out with my kids a lot, take care of my kids a lot. As you guys can tell, I have an amazing job. I'm grateful. There's a lot of work, but it's very flexible. And so as soon as my wife and I started having kids, I was like, I actually want to do like I I want to do this. Like my wife also is like a career woman and she's just outrageously busy herself. So like I would take my kids to preschool, I would take them to the parks like during the week, right? I do pickups and drop-offs. So as a result, I often was spending time with women of my age. And I think there was just a lot of interactions where I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to make this weird, but I'm getting that there's not only a massive size difference between us, but I am a male. I, like I don't, no harm is meant here. And so I just started kind of seeing things a little differently. So yeah. Um, what's my preferred bear care method? I use a beard oil by Everyman Jack. It's really good. Although they're jerks. I tried to get them to sponsor me and they didn't. So you can use their products, but make sure it's like on sale or something. Don't pay full price. If you've been a long time watcher of this channel and player of this game, you can figure out who Vega is beefing with me. I'm a person. I get it, and I wish we could move on. We can move on. I've moved on. I've completely moved on. I think I know who you're talking about. I have so moved on. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I miss the olden day streams. Oh wow, you guys chatted quite a bit, and I think I missed a lot. So Kurt, that's ultimately kind of what I was getting at, is it's really highlighted for me like how there just really isn't a way for players to practice. All right, so Cosmic Champions. Oh, cool. We can fight the new gal. That'll be awesome. What were we talking about? This is, again, you know, my whole thing about like accepting the game for what it is. And it's not about like, it's not about trying to like the, it's not about like forcing liking the game. I would never try to convince someone to like the game. It's about like, if I'm going to cover this game and have fun with everybody, I personally need to accept the game for what it is. And I feel like that's one of those things, because yeah, of course there should be a place for everyone to practice. Like, to me, that's just like a, like, yeah, what do you mean there's not? What? You know? I feel as though that's kind of like one of the elements of a live service game, is like, you know, in traditional games, the boss was the hardest fight, right? One of the things with the boss being the hardest fight in a live service game is that, like, you have the option to like revive and spend money to like get through it better. Like, it's not immoral. It's not immoral, but it is like one of the like monetization strategies, right? Like, that's one of the reasons I don't like long form, like Necropolis, is you go through all of it. It's very difficult, but you can get better at the fights and you get there. And then you get to the boss that typically has some sort of mechanic that you're just like, this is why I call it a carnival. This is literally why I call it a carnival. Like, if you ever tried to make the basket, it's not a 10-foot hoop with a regulation size rim, right? And it's even set up a way so it's visually a little off. And there's people who've practiced it a lot who are really good at it. And so they come by and they make their shot, and it's like, oh, okay, this is doable. And now all of a sudden you're $20 down, you know? Like, you're like, oh, I can do it. And then and so like, I think that's the game, you know? Yeah. Yeah, Venom, you basically just said, Venom and I seem to just to agree. The other thing, and like, I want to be really careful with how I say this, because I think the wrong impression could come off of it, is, I think the CCP videos are excellent. If I was back in the CCP, I would use the map just like I did before, okay? I think it's important to remember those are literally nodeless fights. Those are nodeless fights. And when do you do that in this game? Like, again, if I was in the CCP, I would go back and be. I'm not knocking the CCP. Like, the people putting out those videos are putting in a lot of work, okay? At the same time, like, you know, it's not even this, you know? So I just think that's important to keep in mind. Yeah. Testing in a vacuum, yeah. Which isn't bad. I think it's just important to keep in mind what it is, you know? And, yeah. Oops. The tree was too nimble. That was a nimble tree. Oh, the game definitely needs work. Like, it definitely absolutely does. Like I said, I'm just gonna accept the game for what it is. Have fun with my viewers. You know? Like, if I spend on Banquet and people are like, yeah, we didn't like this, I'm not gonna go out and spend more. Like, no. I didn't spend on Cyber Weekend. I don't have a, I don't know, whatever. I don't need to tell you guys what I don't have. I think it's pretty obvious. What champs are your favorite questions? Hard to figure out. Yeah, so that's another thing, and there's just, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna plug a couple of Illuminati right now, and it's, you guys know I asked the people to be on the Illuminati because I think their content's great, not the other way around, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched videos, I talk with people, and then I'm like, hey, would you be willing to come on and be part of this? I would like to invite you to do it. Grass and Noob right now, MCoC Noob. I don't know if you guys know he's doing these videos now, but he is. In my opinion, are doing the best CCP early champion videos. Because, like, I love Trappies. You guys know I love Trap. You guys know I love Trap's channel, and but he's he's honest about it. He's not hiding the ball from you guys. He's like, I'm formatted on Battlegrounds. How quickly can I do these? Like, if you've noticed in Trap's showcases on a new champ, he starts the fights, and he starts the fights the way he would in Battlegrounds, where he will start the fight with a light attack, because at his level of Battlegrounds, it's how they do most of their fights. Well, in story content, you might get parried and beaten to oblivion before, and now you've lost health and stuff, right? But Trap, he's not lying to you. Trap is showing you, he's telling you, I'm doing this for Battlegrounds. I'm not saying Grass and Noob will never do that, but it's not constant, it's not consistent. They're not trying to show you how fast you can get through every fight. They're truly like, where do I think this champ's going to fit in the meta? Where might they be good? Where might they not be as good? It's just why I love their videos. Like, it's funny because, you know, this game changes so much. It's a live service game. I've really adopted that attitude. Like, things change so fast. But let's say in February, I'm back in the CCP. I don't know if I go back to making new champ videos, because I think Grass and Noob are doing such a great job, and I would basically try to make the exact same video. Basically, they're making the videos I was trying to make when I was in the CCP. So I would really try to watch their videos if you're really like feeling like, hey, how good is this champ right away, or early access. I really think they try to show you what they'll be like in the broader game. Or they'll talk about, like, okay, in Battleground style, it'd be this, in longer form, this, that sort of thing. Absman versus Kingfin. So I did a whole video on it, and I understand. That video was getting to like over 20 minutes long. I edited out parts, because there was so much, they're so different, right? Those champions are so different. They're different classes. They fit the different models of those classes. Like, they're varying ages in this game. Absorbing Man's like more current. They're both gonna be good in Battlegrounds. They're both gonna be good in War. They're both like, honestly, if you have the ability to play them, like if you have the 6-star and the 5-star or something, play them a little bit. Just play them and like go with which one you enjoy more. They're both great champions. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by telling you they're going to be in the highest tier for dual threats in the Battlegrounds tier list. It's going live tomorrow. They are going to be in the highest tier for in my general tier list. That includes, you know, questing and all that. Whoa, what happened? Oh, yeah, I started talking, so I forgot about the whole vigilance or the miss. So yeah, their videos are spectacular. Yeah, Brennan, yeah. It took me a while to realize Noob had started doing them, you know, because I think it was like the guides guy. And I don't remember if I saw it on my sub feed or if YouTube actually suggested it to me. I don't recall, or maybe because on the Discord server I have it set to share out their videos. I don't remember how I first saw it, but I saw it and I watched a video from Noob and I was like, dude, this was good. This was really, really good. His videos are great. So yeah, they've become my two go-tos for it. I don't know who to pick between Abs and Kingpin either. I truly, yeah, I don't. That's no, because I want them both at high sig. Like, yeah. So yeah, like let's say Nick, let's say if somehow Kabam allowed me to get in front of the whole player base and just say like, okay, you've got 10 minutes, tell them all the things you really want them to know. One of the things I would try to say is, we were literally talking about this on my Discord this morning, is that to try to remember that they're like first impression sort of videos. They are like, we're going to learn so much more over time about it as a community. Like, I love seeing people now putting out positive videos on Mr. Knight. I was positive on him when he was in CCP. I really enjoyed actually getting to talk to the designer of that champion when he was in CCP. I thought he was going to be very, very good. How good, I didn't know, because what we're talking about, but also defenders coming out and stuff like that. So I'm really happy to see that, but it's rough because so many early videos were like, this champion's crap. Like, where do you use him? I don't know how to use him. He's got an awkward play style, like whatever. And they weren't like, I don't think those, I don't know, because I can't speak for every CCP person. I didn't watch every single video, but they weren't like trying to be wrong, like that's just, you only have so much time to test the champion out, and sometimes it makes sense to your brain and you put the kit together really well. And sometimes, like, some of my, I don't remember specifically with them, but like, I made like a mistake and I was like, oh my God, that interaction was cool. What the hell just happened there? And then I'll go back and so, it's just try to remember to give the champs time, I guess is what I'm saying. Crazy Canuck, you're all in on Kingpin? I will say, I think my heart is with Kingpin. The belly bumps and all that stuff. Absorbing Man's in too good a shape, man. Ain't no one want to be seeing that all the time. It's making me feel bad about myself. I'm kidding, of course. Who knew Moon Knight was the best defender in MCoC? Wow. I don't know if it's game reset time or I will admit I've had a little bit of difficulty with like the really quick motions with Venom the Duck playing him. Like, his dash back is a really weird little hop. But we might need to reset the game, or he's about to die anyways. I'm gonna reset the game really fast. Oh yeah, we've been going a while. Okay. You can't intercept for your life, so Kingpin it is. Remember, and you might just be using the term intercept, so I'm not trying to be like annoying about this. Remember, with Absorbing Man, you can like punish. So like beta heavy sort of thing. It doesn't have to technically be an intercept. Obviously, intercepts are helpful. Revenge for Conchu incoming? Uh-oh. King Chins versus that dude with abs, man. They literally did it before and after. Gentle is another diminished, and since then, lots of people have come around on him. Absolutely. Yes, that's a good example. I have no idea how Noob gets the time to put those overlays together. I have no clue. Like, one of the complaints for the guides I have done is that they're like, They're basically saying your guide's not noobs. I'm like, no crap. Like, this came out about 30 minutes after the event was over, dude. Also, there's a reason noob is noob, dude. Like, I don't know what you want. That was a nice little dex, dude. Nice job. Dude, Khonshu's going crazy right now. All right. We don't want to be dying to midnight. Let's get this done. So, talking about the AI learning, that happened twice just now. That's a little concerning. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, I've, for years, if I'm trying to throw a special into block, I've done 4-hit combos, small pause after the last light into the special. And there's a chance that just slow. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours and maybe I've just gotten tired. But Moon Knight dexed it both times. The dex call it didn't happen. He dodged it, I guess. But that's a little eye-opening. I don't want to make a big deal out of one thing, but that was a little surprising. Yeah, Hilgendorf, that's a great example. I've watched some videos on Soul of Arc 2. Luke, you just called me a nerd. You're not the first and you won't be the last. I'll tell you that right now. Soul of Arc's just, I think you just got to play them a ton, you know? And it'll either click or... Yeah, oh man, you got it right. I think the best thing you can do is, you know, find the one you like for the way they format their videos, watch it, then play the champion yourself, and then maybe go back to see if, like, did they mention something? Was there some, like, little trick or whatever, you know? I actually want to see how Nico interacts with this champion. I can never remember what ineptitude does. Okay. This is interesting. It feels like they're you know, sometimes they do nodes to make the defender seem worse than they are. This feels like one that they're making the defender seem not as bad as they will be when we have them in game. What's up, John? How you doing, bud? What do I need to do? I need the interceptor, right? Man, that was a lot. That was a lot of action, man. That whole, like, power lock thing is going to be really weird. I mean, I was able to land intercepts to get it down, so that worked. But, you know, if she's not playing ball, I could see that being problematic. Nefaria is one of your all-time favorites? He's good. I don't love playing him. He's obviously very good. I don't love playing him. I like him for his power level. Yeah, Ollie, I wish there was, this is kind of what we're talking about, like a true practice mode. I think the best thing you can do is do friendlies with an alliance mate or something. Yeah, I thought this Imperiosa was going to be like kind of the anti-Nico defender. Doesn't seem like she is at all. There's a little bit there. I mean, considering that's the first time I've ever fought her. The nodes were, I think, helping a little bit though, right? But yeah, this doesn't feel like the anti-Nico character. Oh, that's cool, Eric. I like the nostalgia champions in this game. What's up, Soups? I'm sorry you're showing up, man. Well, I'm glad you're here, actually. But I need to sign off here. I'm looking to see if anyone is streaming right now. I'm not seeing anyone stream. I think it's kind of that time of day where uh Europe's gone to bed and America's working and stuff. The North and South America is finishing up their days. Will I get my creator code back at some point? I don't know. I hope so. Of course, it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. So I would like to, but I think that's going to be one of those time will tell situations. Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ollie, neither do I. I should, especially as a YouTuber. I probably should actually. It's hopefully it's something to do more in 2026. Is like sit down and just say like, hey guys, I'm available for the next hour and a half. I'd like to do friendlies. Please don't ban this champion. Tell me who you don't want to ban. As a way to like get practice fights in. So that could be actually pretty good. Big fan of not dying. That's one of the goals. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like anyone else is streaming at the moment, so it just is what it is. I appreciate y'all hanging out. This content was a bit boring, not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to the day where we just get the key so we can just go straight into the Valiant or whatever it's called. Massive thank you for the donations and Ozfan, and of course the membership from Aaron. Thanks, guys. I hope y'all have a great weekend. We got best champions for battlegrounds coming out, a rank up roundup sort of video on Sunday, and be back at it. My plan next week is to still stream, but I also need to get the videos recorded so that way there is content for the week where I'm on vacation. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Hope you all have really great weekends. Take care, guys. Bye bye.